Hey everybody, it's Dana. Welcome back to my YouTube channel and blog. Today we're going to be talking about watercolor swatches. So let's go ahead and get started. I shared a video last week showing my 5 top essentials for watercoloring success, and I will make sure to link it up here and in the description box below. I love color swatching every product in my room that has color. So I used to use this ring, hence used to, because I'm changing things up. I have every single color that I've ever owned in watercolor swatched out on this ring. This ring was perfect. I can just toss it into my bag. The companies were separated by the little red mark on the top, and I showed full strength all the way down to watered down watercolor. And this was working just fine for me. Some of these paints I have gotten rid of or donated to a charity. So now I felt it was time for me to upgrade this ring. Another reason is because when they're stacked like this, I really can't see the colors. So I would pick one color and then I would kind of have to flip through to find like the next color I wanted to pair it with. Now don't get me wrong, this is a nice tool to have, but I felt I needed to upgrade it just a tad bit. So I color swatch everything. Like I said, I have swatches for every single palette I have. Some of them I keep directly with the colors or the palettes. So everything's numbered. I know exactly what each one of these charts are for. And this is a great way for me to see what's in that palette. So I'm never going to go away from this style because I need to know what the colors look like directly out of the palette. And this works for me. I mean, look how happy those colors are. I also like to color swatch to see how colors mix with each other within that brand. So I will always have this as a handy tool. Now, I own a lot of Daniel Smith colors, and I have the Daniel Smith color chart here. All the colors, I think, is like 234 maybe, but each one of these little charts has a dot of that color. I'm going to go ahead and pull this out for you so you can see if you're not familiar with this chart. This is a great way to sample all of the Daniel Smith colors. So in each one, there's just enough paint that you might be able to get a couple paintings out of, but this also allows you to see what colors you might want to purchase in the tubes. So for me, I want to see all these colors laid out. So here is the new way I'm doing my color swatches. Each one of them is in this cute little acetate sheets, and these are usually for coin collectors. I use this specifically for all of my color swatching. You might have seen Jennifer McGuire have this same technique, and thank you so much, Jennifer, for helping me realize I really need to have this. And I love that I can just pull out that little color, pair it up with something else, and it's really easy for me to get a very successful color palette with storing my palettes like this. And then I can just put it right back in its little pocket, and it's nice and safe. I will link to Jennifer McGuire's tutorial on this so you can see how it's all done. Now, this is a little square. It's 2 inches by 1.5 inches, and I have all the information on there from the Daniel Smith chart. It's super, super easy, but let me share something with you really quickly. I'm going to pull back out that chart, and you're going to see all the information that is right underneath each one of the colors. It's going to give you the color, the series, the transparency of it. All of that information is now on this little sheet. So again, it's 1.5 inches by 2 inches across. And I chose to do this on cheap, inexpensive paper and not watercolor paper. Watercolor paper is just on the top part of this. So let me show you really quickly how this all came together. I also have my inks done this way, like I said previously. I also have them right here in this little coin holder, and it has the name underneath and the color. I think that's perfect because I can mix and match my brands, and I know that the colors are going to match. And I just have these little bookend rings to keep everything nice and tidy. I have not put it in a binder yet. Now, to get this information onto the bottom of this, all I did was copy and paste it from the chart I scanned in as a PDF. So I'm going to go ahead and flip this over, and this is just white paper. All I did was take that lettering at the bottom, put it on the bottom, and then the top piece is watercolor paper because I need to see how my paints work, obviously, on watercolor. So I can get a nice gradient on just the watercolor paper, but it was very economical for me to just print the white paper and put the top watercolor piece down just with some adhesive. This way I'm not wasting the paper printing out that information on the bottom. I hope that makes sense when I say that to you. Again, I'm just copying the wording from the dot chart and placing it over the information in that chart that we have from Jennifer McGuire. So this here is the chart that's editable from Jennifer McGuire. I took out all the names that she had and just paste on the information from the dot chart. So you can see it right here. Whatever little square was there, I just deleted it and put in that one. Now you can see that the chart is a little bit smaller than the swatch itself. All I did when I pasted that down was just widen it up so it would reach all the way across that 2" by that 1.5 by 2" square. And it works perfectly. And plus I can see the information a little bit better instead of it being so small. Now I am going to keep this smaller font one just in case I ever need some extras. Now, I will say you're not going to be able to get a lot of full strength from the dot chart, but it's a great way to see the colors that you have and what you might want to purchase. So it's a very simple way to combine her beautiful chart that she created for us and the dot chart information all into one panel. I'll have all this information that I would ever need for my Daniel Smith. Now, when I do my other charts, I'm just going to put the name of the company and the color like I have in my original ink swatches. So it's not going to look like this because some of the companies don't provide that information. So it's going to be just like this. It's going to be the name of the color and then the brand that it came from. I won't have all of that additional information on there. So thank you guys so much for viewing my video today. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. And I hope I inspired you to get your color swatch game on. You will love it once you have it all together. Have a fantastic day, everybody, and I'll see you back here soon. Bye-bye.